Okay, I'm going to try to tell this Prince story in less than 10 minutes. Today marks the 10th anniversary of the death of Prince. He died April 21st, 2016, and today's April 21st, 2026. And I have quite a few Prince stories, but one of my favorites is when I won tickets to see Prince. But the way I won the tickets was such a miraculous, serendipitous moment that I feel that the universe was in alignment that day. I was living in Auburn Hills at the time, and I would go to Saginaw on the weekends, when it was nice outside. Me and the boys and Mike would go to Saginaw on the weekends, and when we would come back, on our way back, we would turn it on Detroit stations, radio stations, once we got so close, because Detroit always had the bomb radio stations. And on one of our trips back, they announced that Prince was coming in concert. And I hadn't seen Prince since, I want to say, when I was in the 8th grade at Arthur Eddy Junior High. Maybe 1981, 80, 82. I want to say 80 or 81. So anyway, they announced that Prince was coming in concert. I didn't know when it was. I just know that I was excited, like, okay, I'm going to this concert. But WJLB always gave tickets away to the major concerts that they announced. So I knew WJLB's number by heart because they played it. They said it every time, every however many seconds during the show. And if I thought real hard, I could probably say it right now. But anyway, I said, okay, well, when I get to work tomorrow, I'm going to call WJLB and see when they're going to start giving away tickets. You be the right caller, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I was working as a temp for this company called Reefer Peterbilt. They sold high-end luxury type 18-wheelers, semi-trucks. And I was a receptionist answering the phones. And this particular day, which would have been a Monday because it was a Sunday when I heard the commercial, it was slow in the office. The girl that was in the office with me had went to lunch, and the sales guys were doing their own thing. So I was like, okay, this is a good time for me to call WJLB. Knew the number by heart, like I said. And the DJ answered the phone, WJLB, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, oh, yeah, I heard that Prince is coming in concert, and I know that you guys always give away tickets, and I was just wondering, when are you going to start giving away tickets and all the things? He was like, oh, yeah, we're going to be giving away tickets. We're actually starting this week. And I was like, okay, well, when? What day? He was like, well, we're actually starting today. I was like, okay, well, what caller? When are you going to start? You know what? I guess he was like, okay, listen, we're giving away tickets right now. I was like, okay, right now. He said, right now. I was like, oh, well, what caller you got to be? What caller am I? He was like, you got to be caller number 8. I think it was 8 or 9. 8. And you happen to be caller number 8. And when he said that, I'm like, and then it dawned on me, wait a minute. I happened to call this radio station in the middle of a Prince giveaway, and I happened to be the right caller. Now, what? When I say I screamed, and I'm at work, and I'm tripping, I'm like, oh my God. And so he started asking all the questions. Okay, and then after giving him all my information, okay, well, what's the name of the radio station, and blah, blah, blah. I drew a blank. I could not think of the name of the radio station. I could not think of the call letters. I could not think of the 98, whatever. I literally drew a blank, like spazzed out. And I'm like, and he was like, wait a minute, you don't even know the name of the radio station and you want these Prince tickets? He's like, I'm not giving you these Prince tickets. I'm thinking he's joking, but apparently he was very serious. So he was like, okay, look, I'm going to put you on hold for a minute. When I come back, you better know, and blah, blah, blah. I did not know. But then when he put me on hold, it started saying, you know, oh, WJLB, blah, 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 blah. So when he came back, I was like, oh, it's W. He was like, nope. He said, no, it ain't that easy. Because he knew that they would say these things during, you know, when you're on hold. He was like, okay, well, do you know any Prince songs? Oh, yeah, I know every Prince song. Okay, well, can you sing them? So I started singing random Prince songs, Darling Nikki and whatever. So then finally, the phone started ringing off the hook. The girl, Linda, which I really don't remember her name, but we'll say Linda. I think it was Linda, something like that. She had come back from lunch, and I'm like, girl, I'm on hold trying to win these Prince tickets. I cannot hang up the phone. If I hang up, or if I put him on hold, he's going to hang up. And I'm like, please, please, please. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this damn job. But I did not care. Honestly, I did not care. She handling the phones, but she looking at me crazy. I'm the only black girl in the office, the only black person in the office. So I'm really feeling away, but I was not going to hang up that phone. I was not going to put him on hold. I was going to hold on and do whatever he needed me to do to get those tickets. So finally, we went through all the things, and he was like, okay. He made me sing some songs and answer some questions and put me through the ringer. I know it had to be about 10 minutes that he went back and forth. And that was a long time when you got the phones ringing off the hook. You at work, ain't even supposed to be on the phone. But I was not going anywhere. So anyway, got the tickets. I called Mike. Mike, oh my God. Guess what just happened? He was like, what? So he could hear the excitement in my voice. I'm like, oh my God, you will never know what happened. Well, fucking just tell me. He's like, you won a lottery? You won a lotto? No, it's something better. He was like, better than a lottery? I said, oh my God, Mike, I won Prince tickets. He was silent. You call me with that, all excited, got me thinking you don't hit the lottery, the lotto, whatever, and you want Prince tickets. I was disappointed that he was not as excited as me. Like, what? So anyway, get the tickets, had to go to the station, you know, a couple weeks later. At will call, picked up the tickets. No, not will call, at the station, and went to the concert. The concert was at the State Theater, which is now the Fillmore, which is like a grungier, smaller version than the Fox, but not too far from the Fox. But it's a nice theater. But anyway, my tickets were standing room only. But standing room only was right in front of the stage. So it's like, okay, you can stand here. And depending on what time you got there, you know, you can get as close as you want. We happened to get there early, believe it or not. And I was able to get right at the front of the stage, and I was not moving. But then as people started coming in, it started getting tighter. People started bumping and all the things. I did not care. I was not moving. Mike, however, was like, listen, I'm going to end up hitting one of these, you know, whatever. It was a very diverse crowd, so you can imagine. And he was like, I'm out of here. I'm not moving. So he left. I don't know if he went left, right, up, down. He was out. And I was right where I needed to be. When I say that show was everything. After the show, he finds me. He was like, you know what? He really did put on a great show, which he did, of course. And he had never seen him in person. So this was his first Prince experience, probably his only one. I can't remember if he ever went to, he didn't go to any more with me. I know that. But anyway, he was just saying how great of a show it was. And my point is, even if you weren't a Prince fan, if you've ever gone to one of his live shows, you would become a Prince fan. You would be impressed by the stage presence and the musicality and the ad-libs and, I mean, just everything. He was an amazing performer. Amazing. But yeah, that was one of my favorite Prince moments. And I felt like the universe was just in alignment for me at that time. And I had a great time. Mike tried to, well, he didn't mess it up, but he definitely affected the vibe just a little bit, just for a minute. But I was in my element. I was in my vibe. I floated that entire 2+ hours that I stood there and watched him perform with all the people. Tight, squoze up in front of that stage, watching him throw down. So yes, rest in peace. Continue to rest in peace. And yeah, rest in peace, Prince.